because it is the point of time where we need to know the truth, the exact truth of everything. Because it came a time back then in our chain, my family, the time when they were finding food, which is food, which is not food. And right now we know that this is food, this is not food, this is, and it's true that a maize plant produce food, and that's why we practice it every day. That's why that's why we do agriculture, farming and stuff, all that stuff, because there's truth in those plants that we were, we inherited. The information was passed from the previous generation, and now we are, and we are about to pass it to another next generation, coming generation. So this point of time is the time where we need the truth, especially the information. It's a point of time where information is going to make us choose, the right decisions. Because right now it's about the information which we are all chasing, which we are all trying to gain. So especially it's good to have information, especially if the information is true. We need the truth. So on the point of the truth, right? I was asking this young, we call them grade ones, the 6 years old, children. So I was asking them this simple math, just in addition. I asked them this question: what is 1 plus 1? What do you get when you add 1 plus 1? And they were saying, you can't just get two. And a group of them, and they rushed, to answer. They rushed, all of them, two, you see. So and then I said, why is it that you get 2? And I start to scratch there, no one answered on that. Just two. So it shows that we are being programmed. Right now you program these individuals, you program, even you yourself, you have been programmed, some of the information that you believe right now, some of the information that you rely on, the information that you are using right now. We were programmed to do that. So what if that information is not true? What if 1 plus 1 is not 2? All those people will be lost. All the next generation will be lost, just like the previous generation. And what are the consequences now? The consequences of the false information, the consequences of weak information. So we need to revise that. We need to revise almost every information that we have on this particular time of this point of time. The information that we have, that we've gathered, because we are, it's like it's a string from where we came, because it's true. We just know that we're coming from somewhere, because it's a string, it's distant. We can call it time, but time, yes, you can call it time, but it's distant. Because at the end of the day, if you look carefully, you see that time is not time. Time itself is distance. It is just a distance. It's length. Moving from point A to B. You see. So we are moving from point A. It's like a string. This life that we are living. So on that note, we have to revise everything so that we won't crash. We won't have surprises, a lot of surprises. But unless if it is true that we're supposed to crash some of the civilization, some of the group of individuals, some of the, if it is true that, if it is true that after some time a certain group of people have to crash, and we left with a certain group of people, and we move, and we going to another crash again. If it is true, then it will be, then so be it. You see, but right now the information that I'm delivering right now is that it's just a serious information that but what will happen is that some of the information, if it is hidden, the information to the public, even if it is revealed, you will not see it. You will not see it. You will not even feel it. So it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky on the point of time that we are living right now. As we see that, all right, let's do this. We have got life in general, the needs, the things that you can I say you save, or the things that you need to survive. Or maybe is your brain stupid now? It is saying, if you see a car, someone driving a car, someone with 2 legs and 2 eyes just like you, and then you say, no, I should have that car too. Is it stupid? Is it stupidity in your brain, or what is it? Because it's going to be chaos right now. As we are moving, closer and closer and closer and closer, it's going. The chaos have already begun. So we need to have a correct definition on what is it that we desire, what is it that we need to survive in this planet. So the design of the lifestyle that we have right now, on the design of this lifestyle, is kind of tricky. On the design of the lifestyle that we have, that we see around the globe, given that we have got television, we have got internet, we have got this and that, we have got all social, all sources of, social, interaction and stuff. So the more we get closer and closer, the more we try to synchronize. That's why you see right now we have got a lot of chaos. Because right now, if you see, it's just the process, the program which is running, that given that you are in a house, in the same house, it's around 10 o'clock in the morning, and you are 3 or 4, you are in that house, and we start to see, or maybe 1 or 2 individuals eating, breakfast, or eating what. Nobody is talking up with each other, just 2 plates of the individual in front of them, and they are eating, and you are you're sitting on there, maybe you're watching a certain program. What do you do? What came, at that time? What do you ask yourself, or what do you ask? It's just the program that is running inside. So it's becoming chaos, and it's becoming. It is putting more pressure to the individuals, to the generations, and to the generations. So what I blame is that the system, the whole system, which we set up as a human family, as a human species, this whole system that is kind of propelling us into another into another disaster, disaster lifestyle. It's going to be tough as you go with this kind of system. Or simply, if you can just freeze a certain part of the people, just freeze this certain group, and you freeze that certain group, and you let this certain group work or enjoy. Then this certain group, what will happen to them? They will start to panic. So yeah, we are moving. That's why we are here to witness. So the most important thing is that how is it that how our brain works? How does it work? Does it have information inside it, or does it process the environment, the outside environment? Because it seems like on the event, all the events that happened in our everyday life, it seems like we have processed words, the environment, the mood of somebody, the stuff, all the material. So it seems like there is no information inside your brain. It seems like it's just a processing machine that it can be able to process a certain information. If it gathers this information, and then it will process that information up. When it processes that information up, then you start to have action. You start to have action. So why is it that we have these actions like wars? We have these actions like certain beliefs. We have this action. A lot of activities that we are doing right now, and a lot of confusing information, a lot of confusing information that we see right around, rotating, right around the generation and generation and generation. Do we have the future? That's the question which I always ask. I hope everyone ask the same question. When you are born, you learn this all these kinds of stuff here on this planet, on your environment. You learn this, you learn to talk, you learn to jump, you learn to hate, you learn to cry, you learn to beat people, you learn to beat people. So you learn all these kinds of stuff when you're born, when you're just so do we have the future? Yes, that's the question. So why are we so worried about the future? Do we have the future? The question goes. Why is it that I keep on asking this question? This same question is that we are doing things for the future. Every process that we do is for the future. We are doing this. You go to school so that in future you can get a better job, so that in future you can have money. You can, we are planning for the future. So I'm not wrong with I ask such a question that do we have the future? Because all the things that we do is we are just focusing towards the future, So it's like the movement, moving from point A to point B. So as you grow up, you see stuff, or these stuffs, a lot of stuff happening in your life, the things that you are being programmed to believe, the things that all those things you have to process them. And when you process them, you are not looking for the damages, you are not looking for the catastrophe, you are just looking for the benefits. Because everyone is chasing the better himself, the better you are just chasing your better you. Is it because you are not happy with the way you are right now? Why is it that you are just pulled, you are being pulled? Or is it we are being pushed by the past, or we are being pulled by the future? So the point is that we need the truth as we move into the future. So I know that we can't just have one truth, but we have three truth. They existed at the same time. Truth here, truth here, truth here. So we have we need to be careful, if it is possible, to be careful to get the truth. Yeah, we are moving. Yeah, so So when we talk about it's like the power, the energy, because everything is energy. It's moving around, just sound moving around, as heat. You're walking, you are using energy. You are just processing energy. And when it comes to the power to control yourself, or to control your energy, came some challenges, a lot of unanswered mysteries, a lot of unanswered they came to appear in terms of when we start to talk about power, the control over the activities of each being, the activities. How do you want your life to be? The life without law, the life with your law, the life with an universal law. Those are serious questions which the future is going to answer for us. The future is going to answer such questions for us. Right now we can't conclude, because if you can jump into conclusion that I have to be guided by my laws, my laws, only my laws, but we are sharing this land, the fact that we are sharing the land. Can your laws survive? Can your next door laws survive? Just inside your around your atmosphere, can they survive those laws? So it's so interesting and so scary, It's so scary and interesting as well, because that is the future. We're just accelerating towards the power, the control. Are you going to control yourself? Are you going to be controlled? Or there will be no control? And what will happen if there will be no control at all? So we are pushing towards the truth. We are pushing towards the future, and we are pushing towards most of the answers that we need to hear the answers. If we have the future, given that if we have the future, if this civilization have the future, those are the things to be focused on, to be highlighted, to be true to every being right now. If it is true that we are, as a group, we are just going to survive that, if it is true, then the truth about the control, the truth about laws, because right now we have got existing laws. You can't get food, in a shop, just walking and get in there and get some food, and come out. They'll stop you right there and there. Is it good? Is it bad? That's the question. Is it good? Is it bad? But if we trace it back, because right now we need the truth. We need the truth so that we avoid so many consequences. Unless if consequences are good for the health, given that consequences are very good for progress. So these are the things that we need to focus on. I want the law of money in this world, money, everything get registered in money. To get a to get a shirt, a t-shirt, to get clothing, you have to get money first, and you can then do what you want. And how good is it? How true is it? We need the truth about most of these things. Right now you see that to get money you have to work in the factories, to work in the streets. And right now what is happening in the streets, all sort of work is being done in the street. All sort of the things that we call criminal activities, that we call bad, is being it is being fueled by this system that we have created. It is being fueled by the same system that we have accepted. So we have to just wait and see, or we have the power to So as we move towards the future, we should just be very careful. We need more information and true information as we move into the future, because right now so I'm just talking about that it's time to revisit most of the information, most of the activities that we are working with right now, most of the principles that we have right now as a civilization, as a family. If we want to agree that we are a family, unless if we want to split. So we need to revisit those systems so that we have the way forward, the good, which can benefit for all humanity. If it is true that all humanity must benefit, we need serious solutions, serious effects for these principles that we just inherited, the principles that we are just following. Just like the first, the first example that I gave you is that I was talking about earlier, is that this 6-year-old, they just said, I just asked them 1 + 1, they just said 2. And I said, why do you say 1 + 1 is 2? You see, so no one answered that question, because what is happening right now is we're just being, told that 1 plus 1 is 2. There's no explanation whatsoever. You just know that 1 plus 1 is 2. But for them, some part of the information is going to be lost. The why part is going to be lost for them, and if they continue with just that answer only, you see that as time goes on, they will crash again. So I was talking about the money and the activities that we see. If it is true that we don't need all these activities, all this chaos that we see on the everyday activities, on the everyday timeline, we have to substitute money with something else. Because if you continue with the system, then it's going to worsen, because right now the population is increasing, and as the population is increasing, intelligence, artificial intelligence is increasing as well, is developing, and there are now no workers in the factory, and that's where the money is being generated. So you see that most of the people, they don't have formal work as per the system of the money. So you must have work, and you must work. After that you get your wage, after that you get your salary, and you go. Now you've got permission, you've registered, and you've registered that you work this, you can spend, you can pick up these fruits, you can pick up that vehicle, you can, some of them, most of the people, they can just pick up fruits, you can just pick up a few items just to eat, and the whole wage is gone, the whole salary is gone. And it's a very serious limitation that we see being done by this system that we are following right now. So improvement is needed, or revision is needed, because right now you see that it's like people are starving. It's like they are starving. And what is the starving? It's like we are in a cage. Because I used to I grew up in a farm where there were cattle and the goats and all those kind of domestic animals which herbivores which feeds on grassland, on grass. So we used to put cages, or just so that they stay in there. So that's the situation which we see right now. That's the situation which we see. The land is out there with the blend of pastures, and people are right there on the cages. You can see yourself moving, free to move, doing a hustle. Most of people say I do a hustle so that I get money, but it's just an entertainment for yourself, and it is lengthening the lifespan. Shortening the lifespan of some of the individuals. Which so the suggestion can be that was it bad if everyone just live just like the family, when we have got the father, we have got the mother, we've got kids, So what they do is they just sit there in their houses and enjoy, life. As they'll be not like so we need to revisit that. When we revisit that, we need to put strong solution. So another thing that most of the organization, most of the businesses, what they are doing right now is the same. We are just we need to we need to give people food. They're saying we need to have a better lives, to introduce better lives, to improve the life of these people. We need that those are the ways which most of the organization, most of the humanity, they are using that language to because people are starving. That's the truth. As the people are starving, they become so porous, they become so vulnerable. They don't know where to go, and they don't know what to do. They just want food. So it came to the question, this interesting question, that why are we here? What is the purpose that we have got human beings here? So all those questions have got serious information that is so serious to such an extent that if we have the future, we might need to that is the future. So as we are moving, as we are living, as we give, I was born and I see people dying, and me too. As long as I've got 2 legs, I've got flesh, I'm hoping that I have to die too. That's the path which my brain is telling me right now, which my process I have processed and conclude. It's all about processing the existing information. So it is going to continue like that as we move. Is it good to die? Is it bad to die? At this stage, my process, I cannot answer such a question at this stage. My brain cannot, because it seems like if you ask an unborn baby, a 7-month-old baby inside is inside a mom's womb, if you ask him, it's like the question that is it good for you to be born, it kind of doesn't make sense to him yet. He doesn't conclude on that point because he doesn't have the experience of the outside world. He doesn't have the experience of the world to be. So it's a process that we have to wait and see. It's a process that if it is the future, then if we have got the future, then everything will be just in the future. Everything will be just waiting in the future. So as we move, as we grow up, as we do this, as we do business, as we do all kinds of activities, we just need to have the truth. We just need to have the truth.